Back when online console gaming was not really a thing, Sega decided to ruffle some feathers and get folks around the world connecting their Dreamcasts and running around hunting alien nasties. It was mind-blowing having 4 players beating missions, all joined together by clever interwebs trickery. You might not know though that you can still play online today. Oh yes, mind blown again. With some modern techie wizardry, some very dedicated fans and players who can't leave the past behind, we can party like it's 2000 all over again. Join me as we dive into Phantasy Star Online. By the late 90s, PC gamers had become accustomed to playing their games over the internet. For console gamers, however, the idea of playing their games against others online was still a little bit far-fetched. Sonic Team, Sega's flagship studio, started experimenting with getting the Dreamcast online after they released Sonic Adventure. Their experiments resulted in Choo Choo Rocket, a game that was well received by critics and players alike. What it showed was that console gaming could go toe-to-toe with its PC counterparts in the online stakes. Sonic Team were asked by Sega chairman Isao Okawa to develop an online game, as he believed the future of console gaming was on the World Wide Web. I guess he wasn't wrong there then. Yuji Naka, head of Sonic Team at the time, set about to look at what was possible. He turned to his previous works to see if there was any inspiration to create an online game. He went back to Phantasy Star and realised that the world that was created around it would be perfect for an online RPG. Phantasy Star started out life on the Master System as a traditional JRPG before moving on to the Mega Drive. By the 4th instalment, the world of Phantasy Star had moved from its medieval fantasy roots slightly towards a futuristic setting, a strange mashup involving technology, swords and other worlds. The stage was set for a new Phantasy Star game to really come into the future. Fans of the series went crazy for the latest instalment, and a whole host of new fans came online to join the party. I remember playing it back in the day on my Dreamcast and being mesmerised by what was unfolding in front of me. It was very special. After the demise of the Dreamcast, Sega ported Phantasy Star Online to the GameCube, Xbox and a PC version. You can still play these online today. You can get on Dreamcast servers, GameCube servers and PC servers, and they're all run by dedicated fans of the series. I thought it might make sense just to quickly show some of the equipment we'll be using. I'm going to be playing the GameCube version instead of the more common Dreamcast one, and there's 2 reasons for that. One, I've never played the GameCube online and I thought this is a perfect opportunity, and 2, I have a very special controller that I'm going to be using. So there's our copy of the game. We obviously need a GameCube, but we also need a broadband adapter to make sure we can get it online. That just pops in now and we're good to go. We're also going to need an ADSL cable which goes into our router, and finally, for the authentic experience, we need this. It is the Phantasy Star ASCII keyboard controller hybrid. Now this is the other reason why I wanted to use the GameCube version for this video. It's going to be fun. I mean, look at that. That is retro all over it. It's actually very reminiscent of the Switch, don't you think? So here we are into the world of Phantasy Star Online. We're on a server for the GameCube. It's amazing. We're online playing this like live. So we've got here some information about, you know, having fun on the server and got to select the right ship, etc. So that's nice little welcome message. So it looks like that most people are in the Terra Luna or Sylvania. So GameCube, you see here we got different ones. I'm going to select the GameCube one because it makes sense. And I don't even mind hanging around, just like showing everyone what happens on Phantasy Star. So as you can see, welcome GameCube players. The server was last updated on the 29th of February, so fairly recently. There's a forum and there's a Discord and all sorts of things. So there's loads ones going on. You'll get banned if you try to do hacked items. Oh look, someone's talking to me. So I'm going to be using my GameCube super duper keyboard Phantasy Star thing to talk to this person. So look, hello, my name is Faith. How are you? I'm talking to these people now. So, and I'm going to be having a chat, and hopefully if I can get chatting, we might be able to get a game going. I probably should be following. Ruth's also put some sort of spell on me, which is good. Wow, Ruth can just kill things like in one hit. Like that. Right, so we're off. So we're going to fight the boss, which is a big dragon. Hopefully I don't die, because the last thing I really want is to be the one that dies. Which really would suck. But as you can see, it's a big dragon. It takes a lot of hits, but something tells me Ruth is going to take this down in a few hits. Watch this. Yeah, and then there we go. The dragon is dead before I even got a hit in. So, as we can see, Ruth's just totally destroyed the dragon, and that's kind of the end of the level. Well, that's the great thing when you've got someone that's level 65 compared to someone that's level 7. Now, if I was on my own playing that, that dragon would have taken me like half an hour or so, and as we can see, Ruth just completely cleared up. But the more important thing here is, I've completed my first mission with a fellow Phantasy Star Onliner, so that's great. My first few moments online certainly showed that I had a very low level character, but I was not deterred. Luckily, a friend of mine found out what I was doing making this documentary, and he managed to jump online on his GameCube and come and join me on the hunt. It certainly felt special playing with someone that I knew. And me and Sam, we even used futuristic technology called voice calling so we could chat to each other live. No more having to type onto this thing anymore. One thing that's really important when playing this game is to make sure you work as a team. Like, you can't just be, oh, I'm gonna... You know, like, if anyone plays like Streets of Rage co-op or any game like that where you have to work together, it's like you can't just steal everything, all the health potions and all the weaponry and everything. You have to share. Really important. Although I'm not sharing many of the players at the moment. But you can see, oh, I've gotten a level up. Yes. I'll let Sam take some stuff because I think Sam's just sort of logged back on. So, as you can see now, I'm doing some really big damage. See, what's happened here is then Sam has gone back in a teleporter to drop stuff off in your like kind of locker room area where you can put items, and then you can just come back. So, what's amazing about this game is when you fill up your inventory, you can just jump back, and as long as I wait here, Knight's character Sam will be coming straight back into the game once everything's been dropped off. Really neat idea. It was great back in the day as well. It just means that you don't have to leave things behind. So if you are trying to build up a character, if you're trying to get some money together to, you know, so you can sell stuff and buy a big item, then you don't have to leave stuff on your missions. you know, you might just want to blast through the missions and not worry about picking everything up, but there was that option as well, so that's what we're doing now. So I'm just going to practice my sword. Right, so I'll just for the viewer now. So me and Sam are on a voice call through Discord, like you would with a modern video game. So we're not going to, you won't be seeing much more typing and chat on the game itself, but hopefully you can hear us both loud and clear as we play the game, and you can hear us talk about the enemies that we're defeating, and I'm getting battered there as we go.
We've got this horde of gigaboomers at the minute.
Yeah, I hate these walking wolf guys. They're horrible.
Exactly.
So, to be fair, we're playing on the GameCube. It's probably the best way because it's more flexible.
Oh yeah, it's more accessible, and you've also got episodes 1 and 2 as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. Rather than having to get different discs out and stuff. Yeah, so because you've got the Volume 2 on the Dreamcast, haven't you? With all the extra bits and pieces, all the download content.
Oh, version
and all
2 was great because that's when they put the level cap up to 200.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I've got like a couple of level 200 characters on it. From when I've been playing it offline. I will always play it offline on my Dreamcast because I just like it on the Dream. I like the VGA output. I think it looks smart. The sound quality is better for me. You know, I think the Dreamcast has got the best looking Phantasy Star. Here we go. So I'm using my thing now. I want to get it all on camera. There we go. Lovely. Yes, got it.
I donated, so you got about 30 extra PB.
Nice. There we go.
Oh. Oh,
Took
nice.
him out
That
as well.
finished
That's it. Yeah, finished him off. Excellent. So that's what we needed. Oh wow, that was the final mission. Wow. Do you know what? That rounds that off lovely. My nostalgia gland has been pulsating since I got back into that world. I've been so used to playing it offline for all this time, with only brief moments of getting a Dreamcast one online, but with this GameCube setup, it's a lot less buggy and it just seems so much easier. As much as I hate saying that as a Sega fan, the game certainly does work much better on the GameCube version. We have to put a huge shout out to all the dedicated fans out there who help us have these servers to be able to log on to. I can't imagine the amount of labour of love that's gone into them because they're not getting paid for these. It's a completely free service and they ask for nothing in return except you have a good time. So what about the Phantasy Star Online keyboard itself? This behemoth of a thing here. Well, it certainly made playing the game a little bit easier in terms of having a controller and a keyboard in one. So I didn't have to switch between a controller and a keyboard like you had to on the Dreamcast version. I was also pleasantly surprised about how many people knew exactly what this was, but at the same time I probably shouldn't have been. All the characters I spoke to in the game and explained what I was doing about making this video and using this controller to see what it was like, they all thought it was brilliant. This is really special, getting back online on one of my favourite games of all time. I mean, I've been playing this game a lot on the Dreamcast over the last 20 years, just in the offline mode though. You know, maybe once, maybe twice a year, just going through the missions. But playing it back on servers made by fans, this is just incredible, and I'm hoping to make lots of friends and make this a regular thing. I might make it like a weekly thing almost, like just come back online and just maybe get some regular people and make a time to come on. I absolutely love Phantasy Star. It's one of the best games I've ever played. I know a lot of people don't really understand it. Maybe it seems a bit slow and it's a weird mix of action, tactics, and it's a mismatch of, you know, different RPG elements, but big Sega fans and, you know, people like me who love the graphics and just love the way it is. It's got the Sega quirkiness to it. Now I'm just waiting in the lobby for someone to come and play a game with me, but Rufy over there, well, she's a bit of a quiet type. Well, this has been Phantasy Star Online. I've been Retro Faith. Thanks for watching. Keep it retro.